What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. I mean, how could you not, Cancer? It's birthday season, Yeah, keeping the energy hot, Cancer, because we're getting closer to mine, Cancer, on countdown. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And I hope you all are enjoying your birthday season, Cancer. It's been an interesting start off to the season, but overall, I hope you have been enjoying yourself and just lots of laughs and just all the good stuff, Cancer. But let's get on to the channel, because this channel is made for those of you who have Cancer in your placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Saturn, wherever, Cancer. This one's for you. And on your tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course. It's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be great, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Oh. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, the moon is in Aquarius. And with the moon being in Aquarius, this is a very, you may notice that you feel a little more emotionally detached than normal, Cancer, but it's still a very friendly placement for the moon. You know, Aquarians being about humanitarianism, you know, groups, friendships, the collective. You know, it's a great energy for socializing, doing all that stuff, Cancer. Maybe going out for, I don't know, maybe it's just some sort of like group activity. Maybe we're meeting up and like going to like a park, or maybe going to a concert or something along those lines, Cancer. Maybe going to like an art gallery. I don't know, feeling fancy. But great energy for that. But also great energy for if you want to, if you're thinking about like thinking about the future, because that's another thing, being ruled by Uranus and Saturn. You know, Aquarius is great for thinking about future plans, you know, getting and very innovative energy as well. So if we've been maybe kind of stuck in like a brain fog as of late, I feel like Aquarius energy, you know, really kind of, this could be something where we're either bouncing some ideas off of people, but just getting into that kind of like maybe like future planning there, Cancer. And then you couple that with the waning gibbous phase, because now we're getting into the more kind of in the more reflective states of the lunar cycles, or of the lunar phases. And this is a great energy for just like meditation, internal reflection, just kind of and just like an assessment, you know, now that we're starting to wrap up this lunar phase here shortly, you know, it's like getting geared again towards the future. Think about, what do we want to tackle on? Do we want to keep this thing going? You know, do we still feel like there's some areas that could, you know, that still need some solidifying? You know, just evaluating. And also just a great energy, I feel like, too, of appreciation, you know, and because sometimes I feel like we can get so caught up even just thinking about Aquarius energy. We can get so caught up thinking about the future so much. It is hard to really take those moments of what accomplishments and things, Cancer, and really give those proper time of celebration and things. So just something to think about with this energy as well. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then if you're curious about the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer. I finally got that list updated, so look at me, Cancer. We're getting, I think you'll like them, Cancer. Really great group, really fantastic energy, so definitely give them a look. Well, let's look at our general energy of the day here. With it, work with this Aquarius energy here, because you got the third card of Sagittarius, which is the crew card. Have you ever gone rowing, Cancer? That always seemed like, if anything, that'd be a great workout for the arms. But moving on. This is a card of instinct, esprit de corps, working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, pooling assets, camaraderie, gung-ho, forming alliances, partnership, and team effort. You know, Cancer, the energy that's sticking out is the working together as a unit. And this could be maybe for some of us, maybe we're trying to figure out how to maybe get our, let's say if you're working at a place, for example, it's just like, how can we get the team working a lot smoother? You know, there's some things that maybe we could, maybe some ways we can think outside of the box. Cancer with Aquarius energy, you know, maybe where, let's say if we work at an office and Cancer, now getting outside of my realm here. You know, we're working, let's say, just if we're just noticing any areas that we could improve on. Let's say, you know, maybe we've noticed that there's this, like, the equipment that we're working with, for example, has been out of date. You know, it's not quite working. We know that we could deliver a lot more, but maybe it's just like if enough people kind of band together and just like, hey, you know, we noticed like X, Y, and Z. Not just in the sense of like we're listing like complaints for your boss. You know, it's like we're also coming up with solutions. It's just like, hey, you know, this printer sucks. You know, how about we do this one here? Maybe we could all, I know, is there something in the budget for this, or maybe if we, I'm not sure, Cancer. It's like we're spitballing here, but at least getting that, maybe even just getting our office or our environment, just if it's like a workspace, for example, in that more kind of cohesive type of energy, you know, and seeing how we can all not just even just grow individually, but yeah, grow as a unit and really just create this really wonderful kind of homey environment here, you know, just establishment like that. I like that, Cancer. But this could be another thing too where maybe we're even thinking about forming alliances, because this has been a big energy. I feel like that's been kind of floating around here, as far as like kind of forming alliances in the sense of like maybe building like community activities or something along those lines, finding like people who maybe you want to start up like I don't know, Cancer, maybe you've been wanting to do some crew for a while, and you know, maybe we just happen to put some flyers out, or maybe talk with some neighbors, or post some stuff on the internet. You got a couple people here, next thing you know, you got like a neighborhood crew, and that'd be sick. And then we're pooling assets. And that could be something too, you know, maybe even thinking like that kind of stuff. You know, I feel like this doesn't have to be something where if you want to start up a thing, I feel like if we can get enough people interested and then kind of split the cost of stuff a little bit, this could be something you can really, there's power in community, Cancer, and kind of getting people. I think the biggest thing though is just like getting everyone excited, you know, like getting like a solid schedule here, kind of working with this energy. It's like, I don't know, like maybe set like it's not like something we got to do like right now, but it's like, let's say like maybe in like we're just spitballing with your people here. Maybe it's like we tell them like, hey, you know, how about we save up, you know, let's start like a little tip jar, like a little fun thing, you know, and it just like drop some money in the jar as it makes sense. We're working towards this amount, or even start like maybe even like a neighborhood GoFundMe. Maybe a lot of beautiful things could happen with Cancer. My mind's even racing just thinking about it. But we are getting ready to, and this is granted, it's going to be starting next year, but we already got a flavor too of us like Pluto and Aquarius, and we are getting into a different type of energy here, Cancer. I do feel like one more of like co-creation in a number of aspects, you know, not even just for like businesses, but just for like, you know, we could be, you know, strengthening bonds together, just like creating more, I don't know, just more, even like more recreation or something along those lines. Very interesting here, Cancer. Let's get some tarot on this. Nice. All right, let's see what we got here, Cancer. Nice. Here's Saturn. I'm with it. Okay, Cancer. So you got the World, the Sun, the Three of Swords, and then the Eight of Cups here. And you know, Cancer, it almost feels like with the World being here that, because with Saturn, you know, Saturn is the planet of like structure and law, ambitions, you know, karma, lessons, things along those lines. Saturn could be a bit of a hard ass sometimes, but ultimately he's trying to get us to that sunlight, you know, get us to that happiness, that fulfillment. But it feels like with these energies here, Cancer, with the Three of Swords and even like the Eight of Cups here, because this feels like maybe for some of us, it's like maybe the energies, not even just with yourself, but maybe just like the collective energies of like your surrounding groups or things along those lines. Maybe those you connect with have been just, sunlight has been maybe lacking as of late, you know, and it feels like that. I don't know. The energy is giving me that. It's just it feels that it's just like we're in the state of just like being kind of done, you know what I mean? At least as far as like how things have been maybe rolling so far, you know, it feels like the group maybe, or maybe the, again, like the people maybe you socialize with regularly, you could be work friends, this could be, you know, your regular friends, family things, have just maybe been kind of just collectively been feeling stuck into a cycle. And it's just like, how do we bring, and maybe this is something you've been thinking about, Cancer, just like how do we bring this some sunlight into people's lives, you know, what do we do? Because it's like I feel like it's one of those things. It's like we can just get our surrounding people happy, we can be happy as well, you know, like it would be like a all of us kind of dancing here in this sunlight here. So it feels like maybe that's just, it seems like there maybe been just like a lack of good times. Or let me get a little bit more on this Eight of Cups here, Cancer. All right, Cancer. So the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Two of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Lovers. And it seems like with this energy, Cancer, that maybe this is something where we're noticing maybe like a certain like maybe a certain lifestyle hasn't been working out for the group. Maybe we notice that there's been a lot of, or maybe I don't want to say a lot of, but maybe we've noticing that there are some bits of escapism, or just, and not enough. Like I feel like trying to create this sense of happiness that's just not, that doesn't see it provides that sort of like short-term relief here, Cancer, but it doesn't feel like that is something that's aiding towards the long term here. And I feel like with the Three of Pentacles being here, it's just like, what can we do? Or is this like something where we want to kind of like spitball or like have a conversation with some people, see if we can get something? Again, yeah, it feels like that we're just trying to like start up a conversation like, to just bring things back in balance. But I do feel like also, Cancer, this is something where if we're in this place, let's say, whether this be friends, family, work, or things, if we're in something that we're trying to raise the vibration, and you in particular, Cancer, but we're noticing that it's, if you're feeling that there's this resistance that's going down, that's this trouble that's of letting go, or just like, because it feels like that maybe we're either thinking about having these conversations, or we've had this thing, but it still seems to be where at first, maybe the first couple you know, we get on a you know, they start the lunar off cycle strong here, and then when it starts to get a little more kind of arduous, the it seems to just kind of get stuck back in the same old type of thing, Cancer. And that's something that you're noticing, you know, with Uranus energy. You know, it's, and Uranus is going to be in Taurus for a couple more years. It's if we, and even Saturn's in Pisces right now with the Eight of Cups being here. We are in a state of asking ourselves, Cancer, if there's things that are, if there are things that are restricting us, that are holding us back, then we have to figure out, well, how we can move on from that. What does that look like? And that could be where maybe we are forming, you know, not that I would ever say quit your job, Cancer, but if this is like a toxic work thing, maybe we're thinking about putting our resume out somewhere, or, you know, maybe possibly putting up some boundaries with some families or some friends or something along those lines, Cancer. But I feel like it's not where I am, Cancer, because listen, I'm all for championing a cause as far as like, you know, raising the vibration, but that's a lot to put on yourself, Cancer, to feel like that you're responsible for the whole, you know what I mean, as far as like the whole group. There has to be, it's a team effort, you know. It's one thing to pitch the idea, but it's just like you're not the only one that's meant to steer this ship. There has to be, we got to work in unison here, and if we're not feeling that harmony, that you know, there's resistance, then we may need to reevaluate our plans here, Cancer. Yeah, I hope that made sense. Interesting, interesting energy to start there. That does feel more kind of Let's see some challenges here, Cancer. And this could be something too, Cancer, even if we end up putting up some boundaries right now, you know, let's say with some friends or something. This could be if we're starting, you know, maybe working with like a new group, or, you know, working with more kind of people with like more like interest in things. I feel like we don't necessarily need to cut people off, cut the communication. It's just like, I feel like it's living your life, you know, working on your sunshine. If you can't find it with your original, with the familiar group, maybe it's time to do again something new, something innovative. Try, and then that may inspire others as well to like, oh, it's like, oh, I see you, Cancer. That's been I see you looking a lot happier. You're feeling more fulfilled. You know, out on this beach, throwing your hat up in the place, or hat up in the air, and man, let's see what some challenges, Cancer. All right, Cancer. So you have the Six of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Two of Pentacles here. And I feel like it's a lot of, Cancer, thinking about your, you know, thinking of a challenge. You know, where you know, where I feel like we all want to rise up together. I feel like that we have to think about, you know, your foundation too, Cancer. Really got to think about your foundation first, because if your foundation's not rocky, or if your foundation's rocky, then like trying to build another one, you know what I mean? It's like, it just feels like that if there's something here that's throwing off the flow of what your Ten of Pentacles looks like, you know, if things are starting to, I don't know, the energies, if I feel like if there's not that openness, you know, maybe it's like, I feel like it's going to be like an energy of like, watch how the actions match the words, Cancer. You know, if you've been pitching some ideas, it's just like, hey, maybe let's try to do this thing, or, you know, maybe we can try this thing together, or, because this could even be in like a partnership maybe, but it just feels like if something is threatening your foundation, Cancer, you know, and it doesn't seem like that the growth is getting you to where you need to be, then it may be time to think about moving on to some new experiences, you know, like trying a different approach, you know, really kind of focusing on you, you know, and thinking about your what your future is looking like, because the Six of Swords, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius, and it just seems like that if you have really these big ideas, Cancer, but the people, yeah, again, the people that just don't seem to fit into that future like you want, like, because I know it's like, it's because I know where it's just like we want, sometimes I feel like, to keep that, I don't know, that familiarity. We want that thing for the, I don't know how to put this, Cancer. Let me get a little bit more on this this Ten of Pentacles here. Got a lot of Pentacles here, Cancer, because this could even be like, maybe we're trying to, let's see what else we got here, Cancer. Alright, Cancer, so the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Page of Wands here. And it's interesting, Cancer, because it seems like with these swords here, it's like we've been trying to pitch like a bunch of ideas, or trying to do different things to, I don't know if it's like trying to get your dream started, or if it's trying to do something collectively, or whatever that's looking like. But if there's something here that you've been trying to invest in for a while and it's not getting the results that you wanted, it feels like that the energy with the Page of Wands here is just trying to say it may be time to create a different path. You know, there may be something new that's very interesting. Something may like a new direction, or it's just like even like a new environment or something along those lines. This feels, because maybe we're thinking about, because if this was like a job, for example, maybe it's like this energy where the it's paying the bills, but it's just like the team is not working well, or it's just like we're in this state of where every time we get off, we're in our head just like, are we really enjoying what we're doing? It just seems like that. It does almost feel like with the Six of Swords, that even feels like that we're kind of like walking on like eggshells or something along those lines, Cancer, maybe for some others, but it's very interesting, this group energy, Cancer, and I feel like that it's something that we may need to have like a, just kind of connecting with yourself, Cancer, and just see like if we're not feeling what's going down here, if this isn't like the happiness that you were looking for, because I feel like it's one thing, to have your responsibilities and stuff, but it feels like at what sacrifice, though. I feel like where you may be giving a lot of yourself, Cancer, where it's just like where there needs to be more of a balance or something along those lines, Mark. Interesting, Cancer. Let's get some advice from Saturn and Uranus. Cancer. Last little bit here. Alright, Cancer. So you have the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, and then the King of Pentacles here. Let's switch back over here, Cancer. Yeah, because this is very interesting, Cancer. It's somewhere... I feel like that maybe for some, just with the Five of Cups being here, it's just like, it's just, there is this sense of just like maybe like of letdown or disappointment or something along those lines, where it's like maybe we're trying to... It just seems like that maybe you're trying to find this balance of just like work and fun here, Cancer. Just thinking with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands being here. But there's just seems to be something here, like maybe there's something that's just, again, like that's messing with your flow. It's like you have one idea in mind, and it's like you have one idea in mind and it just doesn't seem to be coming to fruition, or it's just like there's something here that's getting in the way, Cancer. Let me get a bit more on the Queen of Wands. Alright, there we are, Cancer. Got the Chariot here. Let's see what else is going down. Interesting. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Chariot and the Hanged Man here, Cancer. And I feel that's kind of what it feels like right now, that maybe for some of us we're at this place of where we might be kind of like reevaluating some things, thinking about some perspectives, really thinking about Ten of Pentacles and how we've been investing in this so far. It's just like, how do we get to this state of not even just carefree, but just like a success, Cancer, of accomplishment here. And it just feels like that maybe for some we're at this crossroads. Maybe we have some... It's like we have this decision to make, but we're feeling kind of just like locked up or something along those lines. It's like that there's... There's something here that's needing to... That's wanting to change here, Cancer. And I'm not sure if it's... I don't know, Cancer. It feels like something needs to get back in sync with the Crew card here. And there's an energy of stability here and some action that's going to need to be taken here. And I feel like, Cancer, maybe you're feeling like this is something that's going to be a dragon-sized problem here, but look at the Queen of Wands sitting up here confidently, not even bothered with her flowers, just like, oh, she's bad. But I do feel like that this is something where just as you've been to maybe kind of been keeping this energy to keep this thing together, been trying to make this thing work, it's going to be your energy that's going to need to change this direction to maybe tackle on something a little bit more, maybe more responsibility on you, but it's going to get you. I hope this makes sense, Cancer, but it's going to be more. It's like we're going to be maybe like, it's not that you're not relying on people, but I feel like maybe it's going to be something where you're relying less on others, Cancer, and just kind of taking more kind of authority here, more kind of control of the direction that your life is going, Cancer, as opposed to maybe we've been in this thing of like kind of pooling assets or something along those lines, Cancer. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, and I hope you find the little nuggets of wisdom up there. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if you like that, Cancer, anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer, if you know someone who's might be, I don't know, Cancer is like we're either looking for a change in environment, or we're looking to raise the vibration of the group, or like a family thing or something along those lines. It feels that there's some kind of deep connection here, Cancer, especially with the sun, both the sun and Cancer being here, But yeah, share that, Cancer. It seems a very interesting energy there. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I have these videos each week or each day. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group that posts like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And as it grows, I'm going to start posting different, healing music and guided meditation. Maybe making a change with the Queen of Wands, or keeping it moving with the Chariot, something along those lines. Cancer, it's been a minute since the Chariot's popped up on the channel, so I'm with it. Have it coming right in time for birthday season here. And then you definitely check that out, Cancer. And then lastly, check your sun placement, your Saturn placement, your Neptune. Why not, Cancer? Just check your chart. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos weekly there, different themes. We're getting ready to get on Celestial News Monthly here soon. I'm always excited for that, Cancer. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here. Here's hubby. You got King of Wands here. And then while I'm getting your Oracle card. Wait. With the King of Wands, this almost feels like that we're going in this. I'm gonna get your card in a second. I always do that. But with the King of Wands, it feels like that it's like we're planning on taking life in a different direction here. That there is a certain level of expansion that's needing to happen here. Maybe we've been kind of restricting ourselves. I don't know if you can see on this little map here. Maybe we can we're living on this little island here, and now we're thinking about going somewhere. And it's like we're trying to go somewhere bigger, Cancer. Trying to think about like how, like maybe in what ways we've been I don't know, Cancer, it's like what ways we've been restricted, and maybe what ways we can just kind of spread the abundance around. It's very interesting what's coming through. Let me get your Oracle card. See what we got here, Cancer. Interesting. Okay, so you got the 52nd card here, the Lemon Balm card, which is the Nurture card, and it is ruled by Ceres, and Jupiter. And with this card, Cancer, it feels like, because you got some bees on here, and I feel like this is something that's going to be like I feel like it's going to be a busy time for you getting ready to come up here, but it's going to be more so, and I feel like nurturing what you want, for kind of nurturing your growth. And I feel like this is going to be something that it'll be one of those things where maybe if we were thinking about trying to, let's say, start like a running group for, let's say, the neighborhood. And at first it started off great, but then people started to kind of fall off there. But you kept it going, Cancer. You've been going for like a couple of weeks now, and people are still seeing like, oh, look at Cancer going down this way. Maybe let me try to get back on this again. It feels like that maybe if it's like, if we made this plan for growth, and it's keeping that energy going, Cancer, because I feel like that if we're, because it's almost like we're trying to maybe let it's not that people are controlling what you're doing, Cancer, but it's like we're looking for others to motivate you, where I feel like it's like when you motivate and nurture your dream here, you're going to, it'll be like the reverse, you know, you will inspire others and kind of really kind of form this alliance, and, you know, people will be attracted to the sunlight that you're bringing because you're beaming, you know, you're keeping the energy moving, Chariot. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of growth that can come from that, Cancer, and a lot of yeah, a lot of good stuff that can come from that. But it's going to be something where I feel like it's starting that thing and then just keeping that going, Cancer, and see where that leads you. So I hope that made sense, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there. Trying to raise this vibration for the soul tribe here, Cancer. I see you trying to get everybody in sync in your Aquarius energy. And keep eyes on the moon, Cancer. I hope you got to see it the other day. Well, hopefully you'll be able to see it with, depending on where you're at in the world, you know, with all the fireworks and things, you know, maybe you'll be able to see it with in tandem with the fireworks. But, yeah, keep eyes on the moon, Cancer. She's been looking real lovely. It's really nice there. I got to pull in my full moon water. And I will get you on the next one tomorrow.